Imagine you're making trade after trade, thinking you found the fast track to wealth. This is, however, the warning you should consider before it becomes too late. Warren Buffett, one of the most successful investors of our time, has a powerful message for anyone rushing into the stock market, especially new investors. Trust me, you might want to save this one for later. In this video, we're breaking down Buffett's caution about jumping into the market, and his key insights into the top companies today and why history warns they may not be on top tomorrow. Eventually, you will learn Buffett's large-scale perspective on how to invest wisely.
I would like to just go over two items that I would like particularly new entrants to the stock market to ponder just a bit before they try and do 30 or 40 trades a day in order to profit from what looks like a very easy game. So I would like to go to slide L1. So put that up. And these, on March 31st, I ran off a list of the 20 largest companies in the world by stock market value. Those names, good many of which you'll be familiar to, they were led by Apple. It's over $2 trillion. And it went down to the number 20th was worth 330 odd billion. But those are the 20 largest companies in the world by market value on March 31st. Now, if I had I was hoping I could get a little quiz machine so I could have everybody weigh in on this answer and we could flash it up a little later, but proved technically impossible But what I would like you to do is look at that list. Starts off with Apple. Saudi Aramco is a kind of a specialized company. It's, I don't know whether it's 95% owned by the government or what, but it's essentially a country that's for sale there in terms of that business. But the top 6 companies, 5 of them are American. So when you hear people say that America it's not working very well or something of the sort, in the whole world, of the 6 top companies in value, 5 of them are in the United States. And if you think about it, we talked a little about this last year, but in 1790, we had 1/2% of the world's population. And a little less, we had 4 million people, 3.9 million people. 600,000 of them were slaves. Ireland had more people than the United States had. Russia had 5 times as many people as the U.S. did. Ukraine had twice as many people as the United States. So here we were. But what did we have? We had a map for the future, an aspirational map that somehow now only after the Constitution, 232 years later, leaves us with 5 of the top 6 companies in the world. It's not an accident. And it's not because we were way smarter, way stronger, anything of the sort. We had good soil, had decent climate. But so some of those other countries I named, and the system has worked unbelievably well. Just imagine thinking of 5 of the top 6 companies in the world ending up with a country that started with 0.5% of the population just a few hundred years ago. But what I would like you to do is look at that list for a minute or two, if you want to, and then make an estimate, make your own guess. How many of those companies are going to be on the list 30 years from now? Here they are, these powerhouses. And how many would you guess are going to be on the list? Well, it's not going to be all 20. It may not even be all 20 today or tomorrow. This was March 31st. What would you guess? And think about that yourself. Would you put on 5, 8? Well, whatever it would be, I would now invite you to look at slide 2, which goes back a little more than 30 years, and look at the top 20 from 1989. And if you look at the top 20 from 1989, there's 2 things that should grab your interest, at least 2. None of the 20 from 30 years ago are on the present list. None. 0. There were then 6 U.S. companies on the list, and their names are familiar to you. We have General Electric, we have Exxon, we have IBM Corp. I mean, they're still around. Merck is down there at number. None made it to the list 30 years later, 0. And I would guess that very few of you, when I asked you to play the quiz a few minutes ago, would have put down 0.
Buffett starts by urging new investors to slow down before diving into 30 or 40 trades a day. Why? Because what seems like an easy game can be deceptive. Just because some companies are at their peak now, that's no guarantee that they will be in a leading state at all times. He even showed a list of the 20 largest companies in the world by stock market value. Apple, Microsoft, and Amazon, which to this day are the most powerful companies that are leading the way with massive amounts of income, can be found in the list of companies mainly mentioned in his speech. But Buffett's point is clear: even the most powerful companies today won't necessarily be on top tomorrow. Buffett reminds us of something fascinating: 5 out of the top 6 companies are American, which he sees as a testament to America's unique environment for business. The United States in 1790 is far removed from 2022, slightly 0.5% of the world's population. Fast forward 232 years, and the US is home to some of the biggest corporate giants in the world. But here's the takeaway: this didn't happen by accident. The US succeeded because of a system that allowed companies to thrive. However, Buffett, even with this success, warns that today's leading companies are not guaranteed. But now, the plot thickens. Buffett displayed his second slide very similar in nature to the first one, a roster of the world's 20 largest companies, but these in the year 1989. That was when General Electric, Exxon, IBM, and even a couple of Japanese big fish were on the top of the list. The stunning part? Not even a single one companies from 1989 made it onto the 2021 list. Let's think about it. Johnson & Johnson, AT&T, and Amoco are the major companies of that time, but none of them had the status that they occupied among the top 20 back then, just 30 years later. Buffett's point? Present strong leadership doesn't guarantee perennial stability. Buffett's audience's quiz is quite outstanding, knowing that today's top conglomerates will no longer be in that position 30 years from now. Would you even bother guessing? Most people will not guess 0, yet the past of our world is a show about change. Buffett's main idea here is to keep cool-mindedness. The market is changing to the extent that even the sure thing now may be something else later. Share your predictions in the comments. I want to know who thinks today's big players will stay on top. We can all take a lesson from Warren Buffett: don't let the seeming strength of current industry leaders fool you, and avoid jumping into the market thinking it's a cakewalk. To invest well, you need to be patient, stay alert, and respect how unpredictable the market can be. Keep in mind, a company's current success doesn't guarantee its future. Markets change, industries grow, and if you're not careful, even investments you think are safe might catch you off guard. If you got something out of this Warren Buffett tip, please like the video, sign up for the channel, and turn on notifications. We explore these key money insights every week, and believe me, you'll want to catch them all. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.